welcome to the Know-It-All for June 5th. Now, we're still in the doldrums of the pre-E3 news drought, but amazingly, there was some big news this week. Before we dive into that news, I want to take a second to share that Roosterteeth will be hosting YouTube Live at E3. We're taking over a giant stage right on the show floor, bringing you guys tons of your favorite gaming personalities, along with some familiar Roosterteeth faces. We'll have exclusive gameplay, developer interviews, and more, kicking off Tuesday, June 16th at noon Pacific when the show floor opens. Now, before that, we'll also be discussing some of the press conferences before the show floor opens with Jeff Keighley on Monday. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We're really excited about it, so be sure to check out youtube.com/E3 so you don't miss a second. All right, on to gaming news. Nothing really big happened in the world of gaming news this week. Oh, except that Fallout 4 was finally announced. Oh yeah. After all the hoaxes and the maybe true, maybe not true Reddit posts, it was all just too exciting to see the dream finally made real. Fallout 4 will take place in Boston, as was previously rumored, and we got a shiny new vault. Goodbye Vault 101, hello Vault 111. The protagonist in the trailer speaks for the very first time, so that's a notable change, but there are some familiar things coming back, like the return of Hellboy himself, Mr. Ron Perlman.
War never changes.
And we may see the return of Three Dog, as teased by both a voice actor and a poster in the trailer, perhaps a pre-recorded version for those players who took him out in Fallout 3. We shall see. The trailer was fully cinematic with a tease to the world premiere of the game at Bethesda's E3 presser on Sunday, June 14th. Can't wait. Ashley and I were stoked as hell to see the return of the never-changing Land of War, but the guys at Funhaus were, well, they were decidedly less impressed. So, if you don't think all the hype's worth it, or you want to see them fight over the dog for like 10 minutes, check out their news story right over here. If you're into the hype and you want to see Ashley and I get excited about it, check it out right over here. Moving right along to what sensationalist news sites are calling a Minecraft killer. See what I did there? LEGO unveiled its procedurally generated world-building game, LEGO Worlds. The game is currently in early access on Steam for $15 and offers much of the same tools Minecraft does, except in LEGO blocks instead of pixely bricks. They will also be making licensed LEGO sets playable in the future and offer pre-existing housing and vehicles right now if you don't have the patience to build it all yourself. Now, the title will be in early access through the end of the year at the very least, so there's plenty of time to pick it up and tell the devs what you think, because they are considering fan feedback. Now, speaking of Steam, Valve released an announcement trailer for its soon-to-be-released Steam controller. Yes, we do live in a world where even controllers have trailers. Isn't the future glorious? The controller features the two circular touchpads showcased previously, but with the addition of one traditional thumbstick and a layout of 4 buttons. The dual stage triggers allow gamers to scope in with a light touch and blow enemies away by pulling back full bore, which I will undoubtedly screw up when I get excited. The function of each input is fully customizable per game per player, and Valve is opening controller configurations up to the community. So, if you don't have the patience to set it all up yourself, you can rely on the kindness of strangers. The controller and Steam's Steam Link box will hit shelves November 10th, but they are sending out a limited number of pre-orders a full month early. So, if you want it before everybody else, get your pre-order in now. Now, speaking of something I'd like to pre-order right this second, Naughty Dog announced an Uncharted Collection featuring the first 3 games in the franchise remastered for the PS4. It'll be making its way to store shelves on October 9th. The collection will also include access to the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, so all together now, gimme, gimme, gimme! And finally, 2 big stories in the world of Star Wars. Now, the first is the announcement of a new mobile game called Star Wars Uprising. The game is set between the events of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens and will be released before the new film sometime this fall. Now, the big story that really got everybody talking this week was the bombshell dropped by the in-canon Star Wars comic, which revealed this week that Han, as Ashley loves to put it, is not so solo and actually has a wife named Sana Solo. Sana catches Han and Leia talking and is, in my opinion, rightfully skeptical of their friendship, but as Blaine points out, they didn't actually make out on screen until Empire Strikes Back, so it's not technically cheating, to which I say, leave it to Blaine to find a technicality on cheating. Love you, buddy. Alright, that's all the news for this week, but for more video game news and discussion, be sure to check out this week's episode of The Patch, where Gus, Bernie, and Ashley discuss XCOM 2 and Steam's new refund policy. On The Patch Game Club, Gus and Ashley played Contrast. They didn't really like it, but we're moving on next week with a new game called Long Live the Queen. It's a visual novel that I'm sure Ryan is just going to love. And finally, on this week's episode of The Leaderboard, we announced The Leaderboard is moving to the Daily Dots channel. They'll be taking over the show and keeping you in the loop on what's going on in the world of esports, so you can subscribe to their channel right down here if you don't want to miss it. Alright, that's it everyone. Have a great weekend. Heart you.